Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those of you who don't know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law. Through this channel I'll be providing some stock analysis and a quick update on the $1 Million Challenge. So if anybody's not aware of this, this is a journey of an investment of $1,000 to a return of $1 million over a period of 3 years using a strategy called compound return investing. So the objective is try to get 201 trades, each with an average return of 3.5%. It's not 201 consecutive trades. We do take into account losses. So for further details about how to join us for less than $9 a month, information is available in the description below. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you some updates from the US House Committee on Financial Services and Congress meeting today, speaking to Gary Gensler, and the good news is they did discuss and ask questions on MMTLP. So we'll be having a look at the response from Gary on that shortly. So before we get started, let's have a look at what's happening in the market. So we can see, first of all, headline here from Yahoo Finance: stocks have given up early gains as yields and oil continues to rise. So the stocks are mostly down. However, you will see an area of green on the right hand side under energy, where energy has been going up, and that is because of the price of oil. Apart from oil and energy, the vast majority of the other sectors are down. So we are expecting more positive news in the coming days. So before looking at the question on MMTLP, some of the other reactions and responses in terms of what happened today. First of all, shout out here to Financial Services GOP, who posted earlier today: Gary Gensler's SEC Gov has persistently ignored the committee's request for information related to the collapse of FTX and the climate disclosure rule. So again, they are not happy with Gary Gensler, not only on other matters, but also FTX, which they believe is huge. And what I've stated in response to that is Gensler needs to be accounted for a lot more than the collapse of FTX. MMTLP is bigger than FTX, and it's also bigger than the Madoff scandal, both of them combined together. So that certainly needs to be prioritized, in my opinion. And what Guru have stated here: US Congressman calls to fire SEC Chair Gary Gensler, citing an abuse of power and pushing woke political agenda. So strong words there. And Bill Posey has stated here: more non-answers from the SEC Gov's Gary Gensler at the SFC committee hearing this morning. And what I stated here is, yes, I agree, Gary is full of bull excrement in all his answers. We need to push for a subpoena to make the so-called cop on the street for retail investors speak the truth, which certainly seems to be very difficult. And shout out here to Patrick McHenry, who's also chipped in by saying Gary Gensler continues his blatant disregard for Congress in pursuit of a radical agenda that threatens the integrity of our financial markets, the protection of investors, and our economic competitiveness. And our patience is wearing thin. I think the patience of MMTLP community has been wearing thin for a long time, Patrick, so we fully agree with you. And what I've stated here is I look forward to you, Patrick, issuing the subpoena to get our share count. So before analysing Gary Gensler's response to the questions on MMTLP, I'm just going to play you a small snippet so you can get an overview of yourself first.
Are you familiar with Metamaterials?
Yes, I am, sir. I'm not very deeply, but it is a company that I've heard of.
Do you know what the aggregate shares are, audited shares count of MMTLP is as of close of market on December 8th, 22?
I don't know. I know that it's a company that then exchanged into something called NextBridge, I believe.
Okay. Does SEC have this information on the audited shares?
It may be a matter of public record. I mean, it was a company that it did an exchange and became another company.
We'll try writing you another letter, and if you would look into it, we would appreciate that.
So in case you didn't catch everything in that small clip, I'm going to give you a shout out here to Congressman Ralph Norman, who was asking the question with regard to MMTLP. So let's have a look at my reaction first of all. So I have stated that Representative Ralph Norman, who has asked Gary Gensler the question on MMTLP, and he stated, do you know what the aggregate share count is for MMTLP? Gary Gensler's response: I do not know, or I don't know. And then my response is, I smell bull excrement. And then Ralph Norman follows up by saying, does the SEC have this information? Again, Gary Gensler's response, it may be a matter of public record. So as far as I'm concerned, that is 100% bull excrement. We are all here members of the public. We all demand to have this information, which you, Gary, are saying may be a matter of public record. So either it's a matter of public record, Gary, or your name is Pinocchio. So make your mind up, because we cannot have misinformation here. So let's have a look at some other reactions. So Rumbling Rec has stated, should we call the SEC and tell them that Chairman Gensler said something was public record and we'd like to see it? Yeah, I think certainly that is a great response, and we certainly should also do that. AK Dallas has also stated, public record, question mark, did Gary Gensler just lie? Representative Ralph Norman, when he asked about the audited aggregate share count of MMTLP, investors who have been stonewalled by the SEC, stonewalled by FINRA for 10 months, repeated lies and inactions by everyone, including judges, since December the 9th. So strong words there. And what JR has stated here is public record. Funny, that's not what they said in the FOIA request submitted. Again, great statement there. JR has also gone on to say 2-0 for Gary being questioned. Congrats to the hard work for everyone who has been working towards this in the MMTLP community, and we are going to win. I do agree with JR, we are going to win, and Gary must be held accountable. And finally, I'm going to finish off by giving a shout out here to Dr. E, who stated he was asked 2 weeks ago by Senator Crapo how he knows exactly who we are. We are the MMTLP army, and I would also go as far as saying he also fully knows the aggregated audited share count, but he said he doesn't. So that is now on public record, and any Freedom of Information Acts that confirm that he knows the audited share count, once we get them, I certainly think Gary will have a lot more questions. So it's just a matter of time. And finally, thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.